couple months ago, I told myself I'm leaving the floor. I definitely want to leave the floor. My overhead is insane. My gross profit was always growing. And then just over the past year, last year, for example, less than half of what I made the year before. 8:30 opens, like the stock exchange, everything, all cash opens at 8:30. The trade was at 7:30 because the unemployment number came out at 7:30. And so I missed that move, which if I was on the computer, I would have had a chance of trading the number and probably been done at 8 o'clock. Instead, I got to stick around and wait for a move later on in the day, hopefully. We're obviously going computer, whether it's, tomorrow or, a couple months from now, I don't know. You can just tell by my coat, too. It's faded just like the floor.
There isn't this floor trader presence like there was. It used to be that there was a couple thousand guys, I don't know the numbers, that were trading in the pits.
We had as much as 500 people in the pit when I was there in the 80s. Now there may be 50 guys in the pit. And a lot of the business has gone to electronic trading.
The internet became very commonplace in the 90s. And the speed at which the information was learned by all players in the marketplace became so fast, everyone got all the information at the same time.
The trading industry started to go with the information industry and went side by side with that. They wanted to be able to trade instantly when the news came out.
And as they've leveled the playing field, the people in the pits have lost a lot of their advantage.
The computer brings in so much girth that there is no need for individuals to bring liquidity anymore.
Well, in the old days, it would trade 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and a lot of trading would take place between 5 and 10. Nowadays, the market instantaneously changes price from 5 to 10, and there's nothing in the middle. And as the markets have gotten more sophisticated, the customers know where things should trade.
The traders in the pit that just bought and sold in a short-term buy here, looking to sell it in the next few seconds at a better price, those people, the opportunities aren't there like they used to be in the pits.
You could see it in the NASDAQ. The volume started to drift away from the pit. There would be less volume, and I was spending more in commission trading with the box, as I call the box, the computer. The most vile invention in the world. It is just a disgusting thing. In the 70s, I was on Wall Street. I was at the discos, late night, having fun, and I was a trader. And it was immediate gratification because you come in the morning, you'd have money in your account. The next thing you know, oh, geez, I just made $1,000. Let's go out and have some cocktails. And we were sky high for 20 years. Should have retired, but I didn't.
Back to the American ball.
I grew up in the late 50s, early 60s. So I didn't learn computer games. I don't have that ability. I'm 51 years old and it's killing me.
Typical weekend. I get done with work on Friday. I come home and relax. My kids get out of school. I'll give you guys a little squirt over here.
Makes you begin to question, can I still trade? Am I a trader?
Nobody's bulletproof. It's one of my favorite shirts.
The last 5 years have been very hard. We certainly don't mention finances in front of the children. You gotta tighten up the belt strings. So we just, we like the sale rack, we like the values. The pits are what made Chicago a banking center.
50% off.
It is a travesty that they are hell-bent on going computerized when the system works as it is. They just want to get rid of it and forget about it. Have to wait another year until one of these guys gets marked down until the clearance. And it would have been the best power washer ever. But patience is a virtue.
The computers really changed the dynamics. You don't need market makers anymore. Yes, they're in the pit, but they're not necessarily making a living the same way they did maybe 7 or 8 years ago, and definitely not the same living they made, 20 years ago. Okay, what do we see here? See, here's the depressing part of a computer. They are the thinnest of the thin in terms of people. Trillions of dollars change hands every day on the online platform and Globex, big numbers. But the pits, no. Why? Because there's huge bids, there's huge offers, there's no space in between them. Easy for the computers to match up. When there's a bid of 3 and an offer of 4 and it's 20 zillion up, you really don't need a lot of human outcry to add liquidity, which is what humans do best.
You got to realize 95% now of all global markets are electronic. I don't think you can find any pits overseas. The grains, coffee, cocoa, sugar, the softs, everything's switched over to electronic.
You'll have algorithms that says I want to buy them at this level, sell them at this level. If I'm taking a profit, I want it to be this much. If I'm taking a loss, I want it to be this much. And then the computers will just run, pumping in bids and offers all day against other computers.
Now what you have is only program traders. These people, if you don't write a program and you don't have it set to kick in at different intervals, you can't trade it. I have not figured it out. Consequently, I've gone into the cattle pit. 2 years I've been standing in the cattle pit. We still have paper. They're trying to infect us with the virus. The customers, however, like talking to their brokers, and it's the last of the open outcry.
I think one of the biggest reasons some of those cowboys made so much money was that they were excellent at reading people. You're picking up the clues of the brokers' faces, you're listening to the volume, you're hearing the noise. You can determine the fear level in the marketplace. But when it changes to the screen, you just see prices, you see numbers flashing back and forth.
This is the life and the times of an upstairs trader. We just sit here with no exercise. You have to understand that I was in this incredibly stimulating environment of being on the trading floors for a number of years. I think there were 4 women on the entire exchange floor, and it's like you're down there sink or swim, you're in there with a pit of guys, all sweaty armpits and everything, and I'm just trying to open my mouth to buy or sell a 1 lot. That's how I started.
That's our exercise for the day.
So to then go to an upstairs office where you have none of that, no sensory input whatsoever, and it's a learning curve too, because it's like an old dog trying to learn new tricks here, You make your share of mistakes and, I didn't mean to hit buy, I meant to hit sell, Little kids grow up with these computer games and just take it for granted. It takes a while to learn. If you're trading multiple markets, it's impossible to monitor all this stuff technically for more than, say, 1 or 2 markets at a time. My eyes are right there. This is all for show and tell. If you think you can humanly process all this gobbledygook, you're crazy. It's like right there. I'm just looking at the last price. So 99% of the time, I'm just watching those go from plus 25 to plus 30 to plus 25. And that's about it.
Would you rather watch a football game on your HD with a camera giving you all the action
That's open outcry. Or would you rather have that camera just focused on the scoreboard the entire game? That's electronic trading. That's the way they look at it. And there's something to be said for that.
You know, we always were trying to see who can get the fastest edge. Now it's nanoseconds. It's the computer is making that little marketplace that men used to make on their own.